During a time of intense scrutiny on police, why would anyone want to be a police officer? Body cameras, cell phones, capturing quick decisions, and in some cases, ending with the officer behind bars. Students in the Ingham Intermediate School District's law enforcement program are scrutinizing those cases as well. As News 10's Ann Emmerich found out, there's a simple thread connecting the police officers of the past with the officers of the future.
Put your hand up.
We've seen the images of Patrick Lioya running from a Grand Rapids police officer before that officer shot him to death. And the recent shooting outside a Meijer store in East Lansing showing officers firing at a man in a busy parking lot. Cases where the officers find themselves at the center of the investigation.
Subject down, roll EMS.
It makes me feel bad. It shows me that there's room for improvement in our law enforcement.
All right, sir, I'm warrant for your arrest. Put your hands out to your side.
Reginald Tyson wants to be a part of that improvement. He's a junior at Waverly High School and just completed his first year in the Ingham Intermediate School District's law enforcement program. The program immerses students in a police academy setting.
Dispatcher Boston 1, go ahead.
I've pulled over a white Chevy Impala in front of the Wilson Talent Center.
They are the officers, learning how to handle everything from a traffic stop to when it's appropriate to use deadly force.
Let's go do this.
The important thing is to make sure you know how to de-escalate correctly and how to calm yourself down so you don't make a mistake that would put someone else's life at risk.
When I open this door, you're going to come out, face the car.
That means using other tactics on a use of force continuum, with firing a gun the last option.
I was fortunate that not only did me and the people that were working with me at that time make the right decisions, but even though there were some close calls with guns pointed at us and such, I never had to use my gun to take someone's life or to protect my life or others.
This is what the graduation is going to look like for us.
Noel Garcia is one of two instructors in the Wilson Talent Center's criminal justice program. He spent 25 years on the Lansing police force, rising to the rank of lieutenant. From routine patrol to investigations to the SWAT team, he experienced many incidents where use of force was needed. He was even on the team that captured one of the most dangerous criminals in Lansing's history, serial killer Matthew Macon.
I get out of the car, and as I'm running towards him, he kind of stops, and he kind of glares at me, and you can tell he's trying to make a decision whether I'm going to fight or run or cooperate. And I think we were on top of him quick enough where he couldn't make that decision, and so we got on top of him, and as I was handcuffing him, I just remember looking through him. His eyes were just like a glare, but not like a person under the influence. It was a deafening look, and it kind of gave me the chills.
From the corners of the room, we take multiple measurements to each item.
Real-life policing experience, real-life scenarios, merging in a classroom where a passion for policing is the solid foundation for our officers of the future.
As a police officer, you have obviously a very, very high responsibility. And if you're having a bad day or something like that, that could very much affect everything that's going to happen around you.
13, 14, 15.
At the heart of every lesson is the heart of what attracts these students to a career that connects them with the people in the community they serve.
I wanted to make improvements with how my Hispanic culture viewed the police. That's what motivated me to do it.
Date of birth 6/17/04, white female.
I believe that I could honestly make a change by being an African-American police officer, and throughout those communities, I could, more relate with the people out there.
Whether they end up joining the force or not, the experiences in this classroom are changing lives for these students who want to be the change.
The career I want, I go in. I plan to make it home every day.
And maybe down the line, they'll be a mentor just like their teacher.
He knows what he needs to do and how to act correctly, so he's a really good role model.
A good role model, still making a difference on the streets in a different way.
That in itself is really rewarding to me. It's starting to see the successes of the program and the students following their dreams.
In Mason, Ann Emmerich, News 10.
And there are 2 full-year classes in the Ingham ISD's criminal justice program, investigations and law enforcement. Noel Garcia has been an instructor for 8 years and tells us at least half of his students end up in a law enforcement career. We have a link to learn more about the program with this story at WILX.com.